looking at this to pinpoint on a cellular level, a molecular level, how we age and why we age. We may be able to control that.
But do you think that we should be looking at just popping pills to live forever?
No, especially not with this pill, because we know that immunosuppressive drugs, they are going to have serious side effects. Right. We see that in all the transplant patients. We see organ transplant, hand transplants we talked about on the show, so we're not quite ready yet. I think what we need to do is stick with the things that we know work,
which are
diet, exercise, eating right, and a little plastic surgery if we need it. You knew you were going to get
This is the doctors. Hi there. This is Paul Beckman, Polylingual Song. Hi.
I see so many people's age gracefully.
I'm taping the show because I'm creating oral commentary about it through song, looking for health tips to sing about and iterate in my consciousness and yours.
And all the little things that come with that, maybe being involved in a great
Today is February 6, 2012.
Learning how to relax, de-stress, all those things, that'll keep you young.
But can you imagine how much money a pharmaceutical company would make if they forever young?
Where do I sign up?
Well, shall we move on to our next topic?
Let's do it.
Gluten. Here's the deal. A lot of people are saying, oh, gluten is the
forever young, forever young, forever young,
celiac disease.
Forever young, a forever young drug. Well, it could be the next big thing in medicine.
It should be where the gluten not only comes in food products, but it could be lurking in their cosmetics. Now, 2 million or an estimated 2 million people, maybe more, have celiac disease. What happens when they consume gluten is their immune system attacks structures that line the small intestine. That's why you can get things like diarrhea, bloating, weight loss, fatigue, and pain. Of course, the only way to treat celiac disease is to avoid gluten, but who would have ever thought in cosmetics?
Well, it's creating a little bit of a stir here. You're not going to get a gluten reaction from the makeup per se. It does not get absorbed through the skin. The only way that you're going to have symptoms of gluten intolerance is if you get some on your lips, you lick some that's on your skin, then maybe you can show the signs.
But it's not always obvious, so let's call in an expert. We have Dr. Jorge Rodriguez join us on the phone. He's a top gastroenterologist. And Dr. Rodriguez, have you seen in your practice this gluten craze?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's a lot of, again, misinformation about that. People that are born with an insensitivity to gluten, what happens is when you ingest it, the body starts making antibodies against the gluten protein. That protein then incorrectly starts going against our intestine. And those people get really severe illness. They get, like you said, diarrhea, bloody diarrhea, weight loss, abdominal pain. So it's a disease that you're born with. But the truth is, not everybody should avoid gluten. That's a really good source of protein.
So say someone out there has gluten sensitivity, if they're suffering from celiac disease, does that mean they shouldn't wear lipstick? Because again, right now, you may not know, or is it really a matter of trial and error?
Unfortunately, it isn't really being labeled as containing gluten because it is not a food product. You know, if it were me, I would probably contact the manufacturer of whatever brand they like and see if they can find out whether there's gluten in it or not. From my point of view, gluten, celiac disease can be so severe that if I were somebody who had celiac disease, I would not risk using any lipstick that contained gluten.
Why don't they list the contents in products all the time, whether food or cosmetic? It would sure help people, wouldn't it? It would draw the line so they know what's in it and they can not do it or do it, depending upon which. If they had celiac disease, you wouldn't want to eat meat that wasn't a cosmetic product now. No, you wouldn't, no, you wouldn't.
Based on your stress level. I don't know. Well, if I heard that, I would think that something is up with you. And I think the answer, it's pretty obvious